All right, everybody, Kimberly back here with the Kennerspiel des Jahres nominees for 2025. This is that strategy gamers game of the year, expert game of the year. And we have some delightful nominees. So the first nominee is Endeavor Deep Sea by Carl de Visser and Gerard Gray, put out by Frosted Games, Board Game Circus, Burn Island Games, and Grand Gamers Guild. Atmospheric underwater adventure with variety and depth for 1 to 4 people aged 12 and older. I just played this at the BGG at Sea cruise to Norway, and I found that this game has a ton of replayability and some delightful allocation with action discs to these different character tiles that you have in your player area. You want to remove those discs so that you can activate them again by doing a variety of actions, essentially diving deep sea, diving and getting some bonuses with discs, working on conservation efforts, researching and doing journaling. There are some really, really great things here. And the player board is pieced together with tiles that players select and then essentially will take unique locations. And so you're vying for the spaces that are all out there in the middle for all players to go for. So nice, like medium weight, hour to an hour and a half game. The next one is Faraway by Johannes Guppy and Corentin Lebrat. This is put out by Cosmos and Ketchup Games. It says, the last will be the first for 2 to 6 people aged 10 and older. Now, the crazy thing about Faraway is that you are playing down in your tableau, going from left to right, tiles that will activate at the end of the game, going from right to left. And so the wildest thing about this is you have to wrap your brain around, you're building things at the beginning, but you're actually going to be activating them in reverse order, which is why the last will be the first. It's a concept that is just complex enough that it will break your brain and you will continually play Faraway trying to figure out how to wrap your head around it. And I have played so many times. And I find it to be just challenging every single time. There are 4 different colors that you can essentially gain bonuses from, and there are requirements for some cards to gain the victory points. But the cool thing about this is the way that you're selecting your cards from the center open display. There's a market. You are playing a card from your hand, and the lowest card is going to be able to pick first. I think that's cool. And if the card you play is higher than the previous numbered card you played in the previous round, so previously played, you get a bonus card. And the bonus card is going to help you with all kinds of things. So there is just enough strategy here to really make it worth your time. It's a fun game. It's in a small box game, and I find that to be really, really compact and cool. My husband can't get enough of this game. He's quite good at it, and I think that's maybe why I feel like I still can't get my brain around it, because I still can't beat him. But it is a really, really fascinating game, not as heavy as Endeavor Deep Sea. And then there's the next game. This is the third nominee. It's called Neuland, or in English it's released as Looot, L-O-O-O-T, by Charles Chevalier and Laurent Escoffier. It's by Game Factory and Zizimik. And so it says here, tactical Viking scramble for the best loot for 2 to 4 people aged 10 and over. This is the kind of most classic Euro game, in my opinion, of all the 3 that are here. And it has the smallest amount, well, I guess 1 to 4 for Deep Sea, and then 2 to 4 players for Loot. I think the biggest player count is that Faraway, 2 to 6 people. But you are playing here, essentially adding tiles to your personal grid, and you are going to be placing specific requirements around special buildings. But the cool thing is you're only allowed to essentially gain what's on a big player board that you piece together with these tiles, and you are moving and placing your movement, your marker, adjacent or moving adjacent to previously placed markers, which is yours or your opponent's. And so you can only get what's in this collective central space that you add to your personal board, which you can place anywhere. And so you're trying to figure out what's your scoring, what's your multipliers, what are you doing, how are you really maximizing this particular, resource is going to be essentially benefiting two different requirements that it's adjacent to, and it's really good. I had a great time. I had a great time playing this. Couldn't get my hands on it, but I was able to get on Board Game Arena and play that game. So a nice dynamic 3-player game. I imagine the 4-player game is really, really good too. I think the 2-player game would actually work really well. It's just that you're not necessarily competing for those spaces in the central area with as much time going around before it gets back to your turn for you to pick. But I think Looot has a lot of potential. So much so that for me, the game I think is going to win Kennerspiel, and I am basing this off of the previous winners. Let's go back. 2024, Daybreak won. 2023, Challengers. 22, Living Forest. Before that, Paleo. The Crew, Quest for Planet 9, Wingspan, Quacks. Okay, so I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, Faraway is on the lighter end. Endeavor Deep Sea is on the heavier side. And I feel like Looot is right there in the middle. And I find that it's the one that just, again, feels so Euro-y to me. It feels so accessible with still having a lot of strategy, a lot of personal player strategy. I can see how Deep Sea might take it. I'd be surprised if Faraway took it. I was really shocked to see it on this list. For some reason, I felt Faraway was more of a Spiel des Jahres nominee, not a Kennerspiel. So because of that, I'm picking Looot. I think Looot is going to take it. I don't know. I'm really bad at these predictions, but I think that it has, I don't know, I feel like it just has that Kennerspiel. I think it's just nailing it. It's right there in the middle. It's the just right game for the nominees that are here. Yes! And I don't know, I'm really feeling it. And I felt like all the games were very satisfying. I felt like when I got done playing all of them, I wanted to play them again. I just think that Endeavor Deep Sea is big, and I think that Looot is just right. I think it's just right there in the middle. So that's going to be my prediction. That's going to be my pick for the Kennerspiel des Jahres 2025. Get your pick down there in the comments. I know that this is coming in, squeaking right in before the announcement on July 13th, but I was gone for BGG at Sea, so I wasn't able to get this out in time, and I wanted to play some of these games so that I could get my educated guess out there. So if you can, get your comments in the comments below what your pick is, what you think is going to win, and we will see on July 13th how everything lands. Okay, where the chips fall. Good luck to all the nominees, and what a wonderful, again, another Spiel des Jahres nominee video for this year. I've done this 3, 4, 5 years running. I can't remember when I started doing this on my channel, but it's just a fun summer video, and I look forward to the next. I will see you there. Bye, folks.